Okay, so this is this week's CSA haul. Just came back from the farm. It's gorgeous today. And looking at what we have this week, I already know what I'm making with everything. So here is some broccoli that looks like it almost was going to seed. I have another broccoli from last week, so I think what we're gonna make, I haven't had this in a really long time, is chicken, broccoli, cheddar, rice, skillet thing. It's from Cook's Country a million years ago, and it's very delicious. I think that's what we're gonna make with that. I'm gonna come back to that in a second. I have 3 little cucumbers, which would make great refrigerator pickles. I might make those with them, I'm thinking. More delicious blueberries, zucchini, some dill, some scallions, and some Swiss chard, and then a beautiful head of cabbage. So tonight I have still the Asian cabbage from last week or the week before, and I was gonna do, I don't know what you would call it, but I do sausage, cabbage, and potatoes kind of dinner. I think I'm gonna switch up and use this cabbage. This is a great cabbage to use that for. So I'm going to saute this in a pan. I have sausages that we're gonna grill, and then I'm gonna roast the potatoes instead of boiling them. These guys I said right here, I think I'm going to make refrigerator pickles with. We still have some blueberries from Misfit and last week and some zucchini. So I'm gonna make those blueberry zucchini muffins again because they're delicious, and we have family coming over this weekend, so it's great to entertain with. Let me put this aside. The scallions and the dill. I know exactly what I'm making with this. May not be what originally comes to some people's mind, but I still have this guy, a big old bag of russets from Costco that really need to go. So I'm thinking potato salad. We have family coming this weekend. We're gonna be grilling out, having sandwiches and stuff. So I think I'm hoping to do that. Well, it's only Wednesday. Maybe tomorrow, Friday, I'm gonna make some potato salad with the scallions and the dill. And then if you are not a Swiss chard fan like me, I would love to be able to just saute this with some olive oil and garlic and eat it. It's just a little too strong for me. I saw a YouTube video, I think it was called Swiss Chard 101, and she was talking about cleaning and everything. And she said to her, it kind of reminds her of spinach, so cook it the way you would spinach. So what I did the last time, and I didn't film it because I just wanted to test it out, see if it would work. I cut the ribs off and cut them like celery, and just did the leaves like you would spinach, rip them up. And I cooked this in a red sauce and made like a ragu for pasta. It was delicious. It reminded me of spinach, great way to sneak in your veggies, and I used both the ribs and the leaves. So I'm going to be doing that soon, and I'll film that too. All right, so that's all the veggies this week. Let me get this put away, and it's nap time. You guys, I was sitting there eating salad, minding my own business. Paul's having a snack, and I just look out of the corner of my eye, and there is a lizard in my house. Not joking, it's one of those skinks that we get in Virginia. I don't know how it got in here, but I had the diaper bag still in the corner from when we went to the farm, and it scurried under the diaper bag. I literally was just like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. So I used my extender pole there to hoist my bag up from there to there, and the little thing scurried out in the corner. He looks like he's injured. His back leg doesn't seem to be working right. I tried to get him and he scurried out, but I got him. He's over there. And I put the Play-Doh on top so it doesn't knock him over. Oh my God. Can I just say, Mosley was of zero help. Didn't really want a lizard massacre, but I was kind of hoping he would do something. No, he looked at me like, are you gonna get that? Yeah, you were of no help. Paul found it quite entertaining, didn't you? Was it funny? Yeah, mommy's silly, huh? Oh my God, I cannot wait for Matt to come home and get rid of this. And then I also had my dusting mop on standby. I don't really know what I was gonna do with that, but maybe like, scurry it along through the laundry room into the garage. That was plan A. Plan B was to take it and scurry it along on the deck. I did not have promise for either of those methods. He's contained, and hopefully he doesn't knock that over, and Matt will be home soon and take care of it.
Mommy.
Yes, baby.
Whoa.
Was it funny?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was funny, huh? You silly goose. Good morning, friends. I am in my kitchen. It's a couple days later and we are getting ready to do some CSA cooking. I have my Swiss chard, not really sure how you pronounce it. I have it over here and I'm going to show you a way to cook it if you don't really like Swiss chard. Most recipes you see for it is to just slice it up, saute it with some garlic and olive oil. Some people love it. I can't stomach it that way. I just happened to be watching some YouTube video on Swiss chard 101 and the lady said to think of it as spinach and I was like, I love sneaking spinach in my red sauce. So that's what I did a couple weeks ago. Absolutely delicious. Kind of didn't really notice that it was there and a great way to sneak in that veggie. So that's what I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna make my red sauce. Okay, so here's my plan of attack. Here's my lovely Swiss chard. It's a little wilted. This I picked up on Wednesday. It's now Friday and I just had it sitting in the fridge. So that's why it's a little bit wilted, but that's okay. I'm going to cut these ribs out and I'm going to slice the ribs as if they're celery. I got that from the video. So just, you know, slicing thin and we're gonna saute those with some onion. I like to do carrots in my red sauce on the stove and then I'm going to add my usual. I do whole tomatoes. I just squeeze them with my hand. A whole can of tomato sauce. This is from Costco. And I usually do a can of tomato paste, but this has been sitting in my fridge for a while, so I want to use this up. So I'm going to actually use almost this entire thing of tomato paste. So whole tomatoes, tomato sauce, tomato paste, that's my base. And then you can add really whatever you want. I just add a bunch of Italian seasoning, salt and pepper, and I'm gonna let this come up to a boil and let it sit on the stove pretty much all day. And then I'm going to bottle it up into, probably this will make 2 quart jars. And at some point during the week, I'll probably just brown up some meat, add the Swiss chard pasta sauce, and then, you know, throw it on pasta or whatever. I thought I'd take you along while I make this. Okay, so that's what she looks like. You probably could add a little bit of water. I might end up doing that in a little bit, but I'm going to just put a cover on this because I don't want a lot to evaporate. I have this on low and it's only 9 in the morning and I'm going to just keep checking it, stirring it, and I'm probably gonna let it sit here for like 6 hours. I'm not even kidding. The longer it sits there, the better. Just keep giving it a stir as, you know, when you remember it. And then I'll let it cool and show you what it looks like. Okay, so it has been about 4 hours and I want to make potato salad, so we're going to take this off. This is what it looks like. Very rich, delicious looking. I realized one of the things I left out that I usually put in here is either garlic or garlic powder, but that's fine. It's fine. So I'm going to divide this into hopefully 2 containers, a glass container for the fridge and one of these Chinese food containers for the freezer. So I have the red sauce there cooling. So the next thing on my list that I wanted to make is some tater salad. So I have a bunch of russet potatoes from Costco still. I was hoping this would make a dent in my bag. We still have like half a bag of russet potatoes that I need to figure out what to do with. I don't want to make a huge batch of potato salad simply because this is the biggest pot I have upstairs and my big pots are down in the basement and I just don't feel like going to go get one. So I'm going to half this recipe. It's from allrecipes.com. I know everybody is so picky with their potato salad. I know Matt doesn't really care for the kind that I make. So you do you. But I am going to do, this is from allrecipes.com. It's called The Best Classic Potato Salad. Russet potatoes, I'm going to go ahead and peel mine. I don't like how the russet potatoes kind of hang out type of thing. I'm going to do mayonnaise, sour cream, which I've never tried before, but that looked kind of good. Mustard, I don't do celery in my potato salad. And the recipe calls for dill pickles to cut up, and I use relish. Matt doesn't like relish in his potato salad, but I do. And I'm the cook, so I'm making it the way I want. Also, I'm a hard-boiled egg girl. So I am actually not gonna put eggs in with the potatoes because I already have hard-boiled eggs that I make just for like food prep. So I'm gonna cut up 2 of those when we're ready to actually put this thing together. So like I said, I know everybody's potato salad is so different. So let me know below what you like in your potato salad. Nice big pieces, as you can see here. It says 1.5. I don't know. I just cut them into, or 1.5 inches. I just cut them into huge chunks. I am going to take this opportunity to heavily salt the water. So I'm going to bring this to a boil on medium-high heat. And once it starts boiling, I'm going to turn it down to a simmer for about 9 to 10 minutes until they're fork tender. While the potatoes are cooking, I'm gonna go ahead and mix together our dressing in this big bowl, put it in that bowl, and then I'm gonna put it in this other bowl. I know it's a lot of bowls. We are going to use some of the green onions and the dill that looks a little sad, but that's okay. We're gonna chop all this up and that's gonna go in my potato salad as well. So I'm using up those 2 CSA things. So this is what I'm looking for. And they'll get a little banged up when I mix it, but I want the knife to go all the way through. So that's what I'm looking for. And And I am just going to get these into my dressing while it's still hot. That's the way I like to do it. And I also just chopped up a hard-boiled egg, so let me add that. And I just like to use these steel bowls versus my decorative bowl because it just gets messy. And now what I like to do is, this is kind of weird, I like to cook them in this big chunks like this, but then I take my spatula and I kind of just mash them or break them up into little pieces. I personally like almost the chunky mashed potato kind of vibe. So that's what I'm doing. Versus the very separate cut pieces of potato. If you wanted to do that, I would say use a waxy potato like a red potato or Yukon Gold. But I kind of like the mashed potato vibe, and you can see that it's getting thick now from the starches from the russet. This is looking pretty good. All right, so let me just taste it to make sure it doesn't need any salt. I feel like this always needs salt, so I'm just putting like another, I don't know if that was like a teaspoon. All right, I think it's gonna fit in here. I'll have faith, right? Okay. Put this in here. Spread this around a little bit. I'm gonna leave this on the counter to cool before I put this in my fridge. But finishing touches, some sweet paprika. Isn't that a beauty? So this was our CSA dill and our CSA scallion potato salad. All right, you guys, thank you so much for cooking with me. We did a whole bunch of stuff with my CSA veggies. I'm cooked out. I want to clean the kitchen, and Paul's gonna wake up any minute, so I want to put my feet up for a couple seconds. Again, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.